and welcome to my podcast, Raw in Wonderland. Today, we have a very special guest, or should I say, a legendary. Today, I'm inviting Nikola Tesla for a cup of coffee. Or, well, he wouldn't drink coffee, he had opinions about that, but we'll get to that later. Tesla is everywhere, literally. Every piece of modern technology has a trace of him. Electricity, wireless communication, radio waves, even Wi Fi. And yet, for the longest time, his name was overshadowed by others. He wasn't a businessman, he wasn't good at marketing, and he certainly wasn't someone who played by the rules of capitalism. But if you ask me, that's what makes him so purely brilliant. So grab your coffee because I will definitely be drinking mine, and let's tap into the mind of Nikola Tesla, the man who saw the future. Tesla was born in 1856 in Croatia, which was then part of Austro-Hungarian Empire. His father was a priest and his mother, though officially a housewife, was actually a brilliant inventor in her own right. He grew up in a house filled with intelligence but also tragedy. When he was just 5 years old, he lost his older brother in a riding accident. And here is the heartbreaking part. His family somehow blamed him. They believed Tesla had scared the horse leading to the accident. Imagine carrying that guilt as a child. It's no surprise that, for the rest of his life, Tesla felt like an outsider, never truly belonging, always seeking approval he never received. But young Tesla was different in other ways too. He had a photographic memory, could do advanced math in his head, and here is the wild part. He could see things before they existed. No, I'm not saying that he was a psychic, though if anyone could be, it would be him. But he had this ability to mentally construct machines, test them in his mind, and improve them before he ever built them. He didn't need blueprints or sketches. He had his brain. Oh, I was almost forgetting to add this. He also tried to fly by jumping off a roof with an umbrella. Classic inventor move. Tesla's brain was too big for his small hometown, so he pursued engineering. He studied in Graz, then Prague, and eventually moved to America with a letter of recommendation for Thomas Edison. Now, let's talk about Edison versus Tesla, because if this were a reality show, it would be the drama of the century. Edison was the businessman, the celebrity, the king of patents. Tesla was the visionary, the dreamer, the guy who actually understood electricity at a deeper level. When Tesla arrived at Edison's lab, he showed him a better way to transmit electricity, alternating current, which was way more efficient than Edison's direct current. Edison? He laughed in his face, told him alternating current was dangerous, offered Tesla $50,000 to fix some of his generators, only to later say, "Oh, you don't understand American humor? I was just joking." Tesla, realizing he was never going to get paid, did quit. For a year, he dug ditches to survive. Imagine that. The man who would revolutionize electricity was literally working as a laborer. But Tesla wasn't done yet, because soon he met George Westinghouse, who believed in him and financed his research. And the rest? History. Tesla's alternating current won. It lit up the Chicago World's Fair in 1893 and later powered the first hydroelectric plant at Niagara Falls. Tesla's dream was not to become rich. It wasn't to create a business empire. It was to give free energy to the world, and that's where everything went wrong for him. He started working on wireless electricity, believing that we could transmit power through the air. No wires, no cables, just pure free energy. And guess what? He was actually doing it. But then JP Morgan, his biggest investor, pulled funding. Why? Because Morgan asked, "Where do we put the meter?" And when Tesla said, "There is no meter, it's free for everyone," that was the end of that. Morgan, Edison, and the entire industrial system basically said, "Yeah, this guy needs to disappear." Tesla's lab mysteriously burned down. Investors backed away. He became a ghost in the scientific community. Tesla had zero interest in money. He dressed in the same old suits, ate only boiled food, never married, never had relationships, and spent his evenings feeding pigeons. Yes, pigeons. He had a deep bond with them, especially one white pigeon, which he claimed he loved like a person. And while this might sound sad, Tesla himself wasn't bitter. He accepted his loneliness. In fact, he believed in it. He once said, "Be alone. That is the secret of invention. Be alone. That is when ideas are born." And honestly, he wasn't wrong. But life wasn't kind to him in the end. He spent his last years in a small New York hotel, feeding birds and speaking to journalists who were still fascinated by his ideas. In 1943, at the age of 86, he passed away alone, in debt, and forgotten. Or so they thought, because today his name is everywhere. Tesla cars, Tesla coils, wireless technology, every modern convenience. The world finally caught up to Nikola Tesla. And maybe, just maybe, he knew it would, as he was saying, "Today belongs to them, but the future for which I really worked is mine." So, what can we take from Tesla's life? Visionaries don't always get recognition in their lifetime, but that doesn't mean their work is meaningless. Money doesn't measure success, impact does. Being ahead of your time can be lonely, but it is also powerful. Tesla may have died poor, but he lived rich in ideas. And if you ask me, that's what really matters. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and remember, some of the best ideas sound crazy at first. And most importantly, don't work for Edison, guys. Bye bye.